welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your February 2017 Love 21 card Gypsy Love Spread reading. This is, well, it's not exactly a special reading exactly. It's, you know, I've been doing these 21 card love readings for some time. I didn't do one for January because I wanted to save it for February. But this is, you know, February is the time where everybody's thinking about love, falling in love, being in love, their partners, what the partner's going to buy for them for Valentine's, blah, blah, blah. So really this is kind of, I suppose, Valentine's-centric, if you like. But anyway, you know, I'll always try and tell the truth on what I can see in the readings, all right? What we're going to do is we are also, for after the reading, Taurus going to use additional advice cards. The first one being Romance Angels. So one card from here to act as advice for your love lives in the month of February 2017. We'll also use Healing with the Angels card if I feel that you need it in terms of advice for February 2017. Psychic Tarot of the Heart. I'll only use this if I really feel that you guys could do with the advice from this deck, and that's John Holland. And finally, I love this deck of cards, Ethra and Jerry Hicks, Getting into the Vortex. It's all about how to change your vibration to attracting love if I feel that you need it for the reading. Okay, advice after the reading. Let's crack on then. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Taurus? Show me Taurus and love. Show me Taurus and love. Show me Taurus and love in the month of February 2017. Ugh. What's coming in for Taurus and love? Show me Taurus. What's coming into their love lives? Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me their mental and emotional state around love in February 2017. Their present situation for love. Their hopes and desires for love. This is only for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Only Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, please. Their expectations concerning love. Anything that's being hidden from Taurus concerning their love lives in this reading. I only want to see Taurus and love. That's all I want to see is Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising for love in February 2017. The immediate future concerning their love lives in February 2017 and the overall outcome for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs and their love lives. Only Taurus and only their love lives in the month of February 2017. And this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me. Okay, so we have shuffled the cards and we're going to see what they say. Let's split the deck into three. Collect it back up. And we're going to start to lay the cards now. I know it takes a bit of time, but I always tend to write on the videos when the video starts anyway. Got to make sure that everything is upside down there. I can see through my monitor, but you guys obviously need to be able to see the cards, which is why they are upside down to me. Alright, see this one. This one. There we go. Right, so let me just get a quick sip of my drink. Okay, right, let's start off with the mental and emotional state. Taurus. Oh, what's this? Bloody hell. Well, the energies around your mental and emotional state are around the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be love triangles, very, very difficult and painful ones. It can be that you are making head over heart decisions when you get that Three of Swords. It can also mean about trying to clear something that's quite damaging. But usually this is about communication, or, you know, something that someone's done or something that they've said that's made us feel less than great, because the swords are in the heart, so it says that, you know, you've damaged me. You're hurting me, you're upsetting me, I feel destroyed, or I feel really disappointed in the way that somebody's acted, or how they've communicated, or what they've said, or, you know, it's a situation. You know, the Three of Swords often shows up when there's a situation that's happened that has made you feel less than good, less than positive in terms of how you feel, your feelings. So the Three of Swords is really saying the energies around your mental and emotional state might be something that happened that was very difficult to deal with. Some of you guys might be trying to come through. You know, hopefully we're going to have an active card that shows here mentally and emotionally, shows strength. I'm hoping that we get something like strength, or a pentacle card, or something like that, or something that shows kick-ass behaviour. Eight of Cups, for example, would be good to show after this one, because it would show that you're letting go of the past and you're moving forward. We don't want cards like Ten of Swords, for example, or Ten of Wands, for example, because it shows that you're still in it. It shows you're still struggling with it, or you've been defeated by it. So we're just going to get another card and see what this is. Well, it's brilliant. Magician, there we go. Active energy. Marvellous. This is good. Mentally and emotionally, you're getting over it, whatever this is. Because the Magician is about, I start over again. My fate, my destiny is in my own hands, which is what the Magician is. When you get the Magician, it means I have all of the resources to, you know, start over again, to start creating a new reality, to start creating a new life. Not unless this is an energy around heartbreak and your mind is focused on a Magician. Maybe somebody was a liar or something like that. But usually I would have expected that to be in the reverse if it was the case. I feel this is all about mentally and emotionally taking back some form of control here. Taurians. Let's have a look at the reason for the Magician. This should show us a positive card here. Oh, what the fuck is that? Devil. Ugh. Why is that showing up here as the reason for the Magician? Well, the Devil is a card about control as well. All right. So mentally and emotionally, you are the Magician, or you're thinking in the way that a magician would think. Okay. I hope that there's no revenge going on here with you guys here. I just hope that that's not the case. Because the reason for the Magician is the Devil. And the Devil means to be, you know, the Devil is not about assuming control in a good way. It's very much a card about control, Taurus, definitely. Because there is a Devil who has control of others. But this card doesn't show a devil with control of two people. It shows a devil who is, you know, consumed by fire. So sometimes this card can show up when we are angry, or it can show up where we cannot let go of the past, or we're obsessed with something or someone. It is the inability to move out of a situation and instead stay in it. So the reason that you mentally and emotionally feel the Magician is because of the Devil. Now, the Devil could also mean maybe that you are consumed by superficial passions, potentially, in February 2017. Devil also means temptation, so therefore it's not that bad, really, not really. Because it could be, well, yeah, I'm determined to get over this. I mentally and emotionally, I'm starting all over again. I've got everything. I'm beautiful. I'm attractive. I've got the gift of the gab. I'm intelligent. I've got everything. I dress nicely. I've got a, you know, I feel like I've got a banging body. I've got everything. And that's what the Magician is. It's when you've got everything to make something happen. Often the Magician turns up for very highly charismatic males or females. So mentally and emotionally, you're thinking this, you're feeling this, and that's a good start. But it's because of the Devil. So it could be that there has been a temptation come in. Could be a Capricorn individual as well, potentially. Taurus, another fellow earth sign. Alright, the Devil often represents a Capricorn individual. Alright, so could be that. I've heard this person represents an Aquarius as well for some reason. Don't know how true that is. But, you know, there's a very tempting, very charismatic person. So I feel that you've almost, for some of you guys, got something else to look forward to. Three of Swords is the energy around the mental and emotional. But you get this as your mental and emotional. And this is, I'm getting over this. But it's because of this. the devil. Now, the devil isn't about you guys taking control, because the devil is no way a good card to take any type of control in anything. Not unless you want control in the bedroom or something like that. But this is more about, I feel, somebody else's energy while you are mentally and emotionally like this. You're over the past, whatever that was. And it's because somebody's some very alluring. Devil also means a very, very deep animalistic attraction to another. So some of you guys might be feeling highly attractive to another individual. Highly attracted to another individual. Very sexually driven by another individual. This person is very, very alluring when you get a devil. I think it's somebody else. Could be a Capricorn or just an extraordinarily charismatic, mind-numbing, mind-blowing individual that comes in or is around you. What is your actual present situation though? Wow, there we go, fire. The energy is around sex, and it's around burning desire, and it's around a new passionate relationship for some of you guys that could have already started up or might be starting up in February 2017. And what is the actual present situation showing? Well, there's a King of Cups showing here, Taurus. So this is the guy or the girl. In the present, they're showing a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian person. Doesn't have to be, but this is the devil in disguise. If it's not a water sign, then this is a very, very lovely person. King of Cups usually are, but this is the devil. These two people are linked, definitely, because you're starting over again and you're feeling far more mentally driven and powerful with the Magician card, because it's saying because of a devil, and that devil is somebody that you are highly, highly attracted to. The energies for you, Taurus, are great passion. And the reason for that is because in the present situation there is a King of Cups, somebody that's driving you, male or female. Somebody that's driving you, somebody making you feel amazing about yourself. They're not only very sexually desirable with that devil card, they're also very emotionally desirable, okay? You like the way that they are as a person. You like how they come across as a person. You like the fact that they seem to have a very kind heart. They seem to be very, you know, and this is the type of person, King of Cups, that would, you know, buy you lots of flowers and roses and treat you like a king or a queen, and, you know, they'd just be awfully, awfully nice. This is what the King of Cups is. Very understanding, very empathic, very, you know, sympathetic. You know, you can talk to this type of person. You can have a conversation with them. Sometimes they might be a little bit hidden in terms of their emotions, but that's only because they don't want to kind of make it all about them. They're very kind of selfless when you get King of Cups energy. So this is a nice person in the present. And what's the reason? We should really get this card. There we go. Woo! This is bloody amazing. This is just so good, Taurus. It's lovely. It's really nice. There. Love, new love. You get aces, they're new. So Ace of Cups usually heralds a new relationship. This is somebody new. This person shows up in the present because of the Ace of Cups. You're in love with this person might be in love with you. You're starting to develop love. It's not always about being in love with the Ace of Cups, but you're starting to realise that you feel something about a particular person. This is also the new relationship here. And we do have an Ace of Wands here. Alright, so the root issue, or the reason that this person exists here, is because of the Ace of Cups. Hopefully it's not one-sided. Sometimes this can be a crush, especially if the other doesn't know about it. So for some of you guys, it might be somebody that you're crushing on, you know. You've had a broken heart here, but you're getting over it mentally and emotionally with that Magician, and that's because you've got somebody else that you're deadly attracted to, that Devil card here. Around your present situation, great passion. Some of you guys are really, really feeling very much sexual desire, great passion. It can be also be the energy of a new passionate relationship showing up. It's manifesting in the present as a King of Cups showing up here, and that's because of the Ace of Cups. And that Ace of Cups is, it's either a new relationship, you're starting to discover, both of you might be starting to discover how you feel about each other here, or it can sometimes be one-sided. I feel this thing for this individual. I feel this, but, you know, we'll see how we're going through the reading anyway. What are your hopes and desires? Whoa, this is amazing. Woohoo! I'm well happy, but I'm not going to get too excited, because sometimes these readings can be fucked up at the end, man. But hopefully, hopefully not, because this is really lovely, Taurus. Jeez, it's lovely. Happy ever afters. 10 of Cups is the energies around what your hopes are. You know, 10 of Cups is the most joy, the most abundance you can have in a relationship. It's the most love. It's a family unit. It's just being happy with your partner. You know, the energies around your hopes might be on setting up home with this individual, getting married. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, those type of cards are marriage cards, dependent on what they are. Hopefully we'll get a proposal card, your hopes, a proposal or something like that. Hopefully we'll get a Knight of Cups or a Knight of Pentacles in this position here. But your hopes are great because they're around completion. Somebody completing your life here with the 10 of Cups energy. And what's the actual hope? There we go, the Wheel of Fortune. So your hope is for things to go great, things to turn for the better, entering into a very, very lucky period. But also you might be hoping that this is your soulmate, because the Wheel of Fortune is actually a soulmate card. Not many people explain that card that way, but because it's fate and because it's the universe, it's a universal card. The Wheel of Fortune says that the universe really for us aligns us with our perfect partner. If you look at the Wheel of Fortune, it's always turning, and the universe is always turning, and the universe is always trying to sort through the data and match us with the perfect partner or the perfect soulmate. So this is for me as a soulmate card. I feel that your hopes are that the universe has brought this person in and that they are the perfect match to you with that Wheel of Fortune energy. And what's the reason for the Wheel of Fortune being your hopes? Because of the Queen of Pentacles, and that's you, Taurus. I feel because you want to settle down. Queen of Pentacles is a card about somebody who's looking at the realism of their lives, all right? Also, this can be saying, you know, well, I'm hoping for a turn for the better, that this person's really going to make a change in my life. Maybe you guys work too much. Queen of Pentacles is your notorious worker. So sometimes when you get her in a love reading, this is somebody who's always concentrating on their career. And they're always, you know, doing stuff to do with their career. She holds a pentacle. Usually she's an investor or she works as a banker. She can sometimes be somebody who works as a nurse as well. She works within the medical fields, that type of thing. She can also be somebody who might work within the cosmetic surgery field, that type of thing. She can be, as I've said, a banker. She can be, what do we call them now? Real estate agent, that type of thing. So she's very career focused, is the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you guys, you know, you do want this person to bring you change as well, with the big changes. Changes for the better with the Wheel of Fortune. And that's because of the Queen of Pentacles. You've been looking at your lives in a very realistic fashion. You've been doing a lot of self-evaluation, which is what you get with the Queen of Pentacles, and you've been saying, you know what, actually I've just been focusing on this, this and this, and now it's time that these amazing changes come in. You know, I feel that, you know, this is somebody that you've just met or somebody that you could have been with for quite a long time, but the energies are really kind of building up a nice pace through the month of February 2017. And what are your expectations? These are your hopes. Well, you know, this is interesting, because your expectations are around the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups means many things. And this is the thing with this card, Taurus. Tarot is an extraordinarily, and I mean an extraordinarily fascinating tool. Because it doesn't always mean, it just doesn't always mean the one thing. It doesn't. You know, Four of Cups can mean, you know, the energies are around doubt. Or they're around, I don't want things to be the same as they are. So you're expecting, it doesn't have to be a bad thing at all. The Four of Cups means, you know, I want to do something different. Because this person has 3 cups on the ground. And there is a 4th cup that's being offered. Now, I always question, I say, well, why doesn't the person take the 3 cups? The Ace of Cups. Why isn't she taking this? He or she taking this? Why are they? And they're not even focusing on the 3. They've left the 3 on the floor. So they've drunk out of those 3. And they've put them down and they're done with them. So they're done with these 3 cups. They're not completely on the floor. No. So it's not, they've not abandoned friendships or anything. But it just says, well, I've had a prior form with something. And I feel that the expectations are based around, you know, to me, it could be that this person either has very high ideals or you've got high ideals in terms of what you want from a relationship. What are your expectations, though? The Eight of Cups. Why are you expecting the Eight of Cups? We're going to have to see how we can read this. I'm going to get why. Because that can mean several things. Because of the Page of Cups. I feel that you're expecting to follow your intuition. And that I think that this card here is linked to this card here. Alright, we can't be always so quick to jump at with the Eight of... You know, I've seen the Eight of Cups in many a reading. I did a reading for my twin sister. Start of 2016, I read for her and her boyfriend, and they both showed up as Emperor and Empress, and I knew that they were going on to greater and better things in 2016, and they did. I told them, I said, you guys are just going to keep going from strength to strength to strength to strength. And they did. They kept getting promotion after promotion after promotion in their respective jobs. And they ended up buying a house by the end of 2016. So I knew that they were entering into a time of greatness in 2016. But one job my twin went for, and she was really worried that she hadn't got the job. So she came and she was really upset. And she said, can you do a quick reading for me and see if I've got the job? And I did a quick reading. I said, yeah, you got the job. But the guy hasn't phoned because he's just taking some time out to consider it. And she said, how do you know? And I said, well, the Age of Cups has shown up. And it's not always about that somebody, we can't explain that he's walking away from it in this reading. He's taking a pause. He's taking some time to reflect, to look at how he really truly feels, because we've got the moon there. This person is facing their intuition here. They're leaving something at the door and they're looking completely to how they feel. What is their intuition telling them? And she got the job. 30 minutes later, they phoned and told us she got the job. He just needed some time to consider shit, you know. This isn't always about walking away. It is about, though, leaving things that no longer serve you at the door. All right. We can see in this card your expectations are to follow your intuition. And I feel that this is leaving the past behind. So there might still be some... I feel that you know what I think, Taurus? I think that the energies really are saying that you guys are being selective, Four of Cups. And you're being selective because of something that happened here. Oh, you're moving on from it, all right, mentally and emotionally with that Magician card, because there's something better around that's come along here in the Magician. You've found something new to be very, very excited about, very, very attracted to, very sexually aroused by, that type of thing with the Devil card. And it's showing as a King of Cups, male or female, could be water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, doesn't have to be. It's based on the notion of being in love, starting to develop feelings for a particular person here. Right, developing feelings for one another. You are hoping for big changes. The energies are around 10 of Cups, building a life, building a family. Great happiness, great joy. For some of you guys, maybe even moving in with a partner. Sick of just focusing on work. You want more now with this Queen of Pentacles. And that's you, your Taurus, Queen of Pentacles. You're expecting to follow this intuition here because you have been hurt here, okay? And that's why the energies are around being selective. You're being selective. You don't want more of the same. You don't want more of what you had here. And that's why you're expecting, yeah, I'm going to follow my intuition. And that's because of the Page of Cups. You're starting to develop something here with this Page of Cups. Page of Cups also means to develop feelings. Feelings that are now maturing a little bit more. You get the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is before that page. They're not in terms of numerically, because obviously Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, etc. This is the 11th card. Alright, pages are number 11s in their respective suits. Knights are 12. Queens are 13s and Kings are 14s. So numerically they don't follow each other. But in terms of the order of life, they do. So aces represent the conception of something here. This is the realization that you are in love. You're starting to feel something. And this is the development, because it's the baby. It's what's being born. So Page of Cups, we could say, you know, you're following your intuition because you're wanting to develop maybe this Page of Cups. Develop a relationship, you know, see where your feelings go with this Page of Cups. All right, communicate a little bit more, communicate, express how you feel, that type of thing. What is it that you're not seeing, Taurus, in terms of love in February 2017? Well, it could be that somebody's in two minds here. Might be the person here, King of Cups here. Two of Swords often means to block out, be in two minds, to ignore one's true feelings on this situation, and also ignore what your intuition is telling you is often that Two of Swords, because you're just looking at things completely rationally. So this type of card shows up for the type of person who says, you know, oh well, I really like that girl, but she's not pretty enough. So I feel that I'll just go with what all my friends tell me to do. I won't go for that particular girl or that particular guy, even though I really like that particular person and I find that person really, really attractive. I think I'll just go with what the status quo says. What does my logic say? I better not go for that person because they're not pretty enough and I need something really pretty on my arm. So this is when you get a Two of Swords individual, somebody who won't follow what they truly feel, who tries to suppress what they truly feel. This is the type of person that will show up when they'll say, oh, I won't go for the guy because, you know, I really, really like him, but he's got no money. Do you see what I mean? He doesn't have a car. So even though I really fancy the pants of this guy, you know, what he's got is not enough, or my family won't be very pleased if I go for this person who's a mechanic when they're expecting me to date a doctor. So you suppress how you truly feel, and you go with what is mentally, logically, rationally right in the, you know, in light of maybe what other people are saying, or in light of what you feel that is required of you to please others a lot of the time. So it could be the energies around somebody's blocking something out here potentially, or they might be in two minds, or they might be suppressing how they truly feel. And what is it that you're actually not seeing? Well, somebody's trying to work something out, because you've got temperance. So temperance means I'm trying to understand or work something out within myself. Temperance card means I need to mix and match. I need to work out how I truly feel, because there are two opposing forces here. Here the person blocks things out, but here the person is trying to work with what these elements are. So I feel the energies are around, and it could be this person that you're seeing, whoever this person is, that they've got some, it might not even be around you, it might be they've got some shit going on. You know, the Two of Swords is around, you know, blocked energy, two minds, blocking out, you know, they're suppressing something. Somebody see this person, I think it's you, I think you're certain of what you feel here. But what you're not seeing is somebody else isn't completely certain of something here. What's the Temperance card based on? Well, there we go. I feel that there is either other people getting in the way of something here for some of you guys, Taurus. Because you've got the Five of Wands as the reason for why somebody's trying to fathom or work something out in terms of you, in terms of their feelings for you, in terms of the relationship, in terms of how the relationship's going to work, because they've got some struggles going on. Now, the Five of Wands can mean, well, maybe this is somebody who's already got a partner and a family. Maybe they've got issues with their family. All right, maybe it's not you. This is an external thing. They've got a, maybe this, if it is internal, then they've got some blocked energy going on here, something that they haven't really unblocked. There's nothing that's been, there's something that's not being resolved here in terms of, you know, this fire energy going on within them. Sometimes this is blocked energy. But why is it blocked energy? Some blocked energy, or people are outside of themselves. Family members, friends, whatever it is. Ex-wives, ex-husbands, whatever it is. And that's feeding through to the mental and the mental energy, or just the simple energy around what you're not seeing is somebody is confused or in two minds, or they're suppressing how they truly feel. And that's because what you're not seeing is this Temperance card. Somebody's trying to make something work here, despite feeling something else. And I feel it must be this King of Pentacles, devil, straight devil individual. Taurus, what happens in the immediate future with you guys? Well, it's good. Sun. Energies of the sun. Sun is either clarity, enlightenment, or it's something really positive. Positive relationship. Possibly the resolution of whatever this is as well, which is a really good thing with that sun card. But what actually happens in the immediate future? Well, the Tower. That's interesting. Let me have a look while we've got the Tower. We can't, trouble with the Tower is, Taurus, we can't rush into that card. You can never ever, you never should rush into the Tower. Tower, as I've always said, can mean lots of things. It can mean you've got a bad temper. It can mean when you're swearing at someone. It can mean where there's chaos, where something has jolted your life. It's made you, you know, it's put a major shift in terms of your normal life. It can mean a revelation. It can mean an epiphany. It can mean when you're crying tears. It can mean when you've got a wonderful surprise that's come. It means all sorts of things. This is the card that says you've got a major shift coming. But we want to see what the reason is for that. I'm hoping it's something good. Well, Judgment. So the reason for the Tower is Judgment. So a judgment, and this might be a surprise that comes, and that's because of Judgment. Judgment means a judgment that's been made, a decision that's been made with Judgment. Sometimes it can mean a revelation is being made because of a judgment. All right? So in the immediate future, I feel that there is a revelation. Whatever it is that this person is holding on to here, they're going to tell you it here, I feel. But it should be positive, because you've got the sun is showing up. This is not a bad thing at all. This is, I feel that this is a major revelation coming to you. I think it's communication. This person here, whatever it is that they're tackling with here, they might be telling you what this is in February, and it's here with the Tower. And that's because of Judgment. They need to be heard. They need to make you know something here with the Judgment card. The Judgment card also means to reveal. But the energies are showing the sun, so it shows it's something quite positive. And what's the overall outcome? Well, the Six of Swords. You know, I don't always want to say the Six of Swords is about moving on. It is a lot of the time. So the energies could be, yeah, especially if there's some form of a breakup here, maybe with that Tower card, because this person has made a judgment. Maybe this person's got back with someone, who knows. But the overall energy could talk about moving on, but it could also say that you're moving to a better place with this individual, with that Six of Swords. What's the actual overall outcome? Well, the Five of Pentacles is not great. And what's this based on? Strength. Okay. Five of Pentacles because of strength. Well, the Five of Pentacles can often be Five of Pentacles can work two ways. It can either be that you and a partner are stronger together through thick and thin, and that can be because of the Strength card. And the Strength card could be, well, this is another soulmate card. So we're going to read this two ways. The outcome could either be for February that you guys have a very, very, very upfront and direct chat. And this person is being very direct with you with the Judgment card. And that's because something's going on here. Alright? That they are tackling or dealing with. Alright? Therefore, if you're having a very upfront chat about what's concerning, and it's this King of Cups stroke Devil individual, if you're having an upfront chat about what's concerning this individual here, could be that the overall outcome is you stay together through thick and thin. They might not have great news to tell you, but you'll stay together through thick and thin because of strength. You're stronger together. You're very supportive of each other, which the Strength card can definitely mean support and trust. There's a lot of trust going on here. Therefore, it's feeding through to overcoming the rocky patches with that Six of Swords. However, it can also be, which we can't ignore, that maybe this person is dealing, and it looks like this person here, King of Cups / Devil, is dealing with some challenges here that they're not telling you about, but they reveal this to you. And the energies are the Sun coming out with it, being honest, opening up, giving you clarity. Tower could mean a revelation, but it could also mean breakup, and that's because of judgment. Somebody's made a judgment here in which the overall outcome would be, well, the energies are about moving on because you guys probably aren't suited with the Five of Swords, and that's based on strength. Now, the Strength card, in this case, if you aren't suited with this person, Five of Pentacles, if there is no real, you know, emotional or psychic or spiritual connection with this person, and it's based on the notion of strength, that's an interesting one, because we couldn't say it's based on the notion of resistance. It doesn't make any sense to say that. But strength must be, I know what I want, or, you know, I understand this situation. I feel more that some of you guys are going to be with someone. They're going to reveal something to you. Maybe some of you guys, you probably stay together through thick and thin. But also we can't ignore the breakdown. These two cards, break up, left out in the cold. This breakup could be because of something that's been said. Alright, maybe this person here, if this King of Pentacles / Devil wants to end anything with any of you guys here, it could be because, you know, the overall outcome is two people who are estranged. Five of Pentacles. Estrangement usually shows up here. And that's because of strength. Maybe this person's involved with somebody else. Maybe somebody else already has this person to heal. So this could be somebody who's got somebody else, and they're already under the thumb with that Strength card with another individual. But again, it could also be that you guys are in it for the long haul with a particular person because of strength, because you support each other. This person might just reveal something to you because they need to make a judgment. Maybe they're afraid of being judged and they just come out and say something to you. But you'd be awfully supportive to this person because there is, at the core of this relationship, strength and trust. So it can go two ways, but it's an excellent reading, Taurus. One of the best I've done. It's a really, really nice reading. We're going to get your advice cards now, okay? We're going to see what the advice card is from the Romance Angels, firstly. So, Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have? The Romance Angels, what is the advice that you have for Taurus? Show me the advice. What is the advice that you have for Taurus? Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the month of February 2017. Show me the advice that you have for Taurus. What is the advice that you have for their love lives in the month of February 2017? Show me. That's interesting. Religious factors. Can you see that? Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So maybe this is what this person is toying with here. Maybe this is what it is. And this can also, I mean, Five of Pentacles in the upright, in terms of relationships, can be spiritual deprivation in a relationship. Alright, realising that you're not on the same spiritual path. This is why the person tends to leave the church. One person is possibly too conventional, the other one wants some form of a freedom, I guess. But, you know, there might be some religious factors that some of you guys need to sort out. It says, this card reveals that religion and spirituality are subtle but important factors in your love life. Perhaps you're looking for a relationship with a partner who shares your spiritual belief, and that might be the case here, especially if you guys are not suited here. It might be that this partner already has somebody that shares their ideals and values. If so, this card comes to you as guidance to seek your new partner at the church, temple or speaking place associated with your faith. And that's interesting, because this person is asking advice from somebody outside the church, potentially. Alright, so it could be something like that. It's very interesting. If you're currently with a partner who isn't spiritually minded, or whose beliefs differ markedly from your own, you may feel dissatisfied. You may also be influenced by family traditions that expect you. And this is where it seems that somebody is influenced by family traditions here. This Five of Wands might be a factor in this, certainly, because there seems to be some disagreement. And this is why this person seems to be having to work out, what do I do? And that's why the energies are the Two of Swords, the inability to make a decision, suppressing how one truly feels, because you may not fit into a certain person's ideology, or a certain person's, you know, you might not fit in with this person's family or that type of thing. The romance angels are helping you address this issue, and they ask you to remain true to yourself during the process. Decide which factors you will and won't accept in your relationship, and what your priorities are for your partner. For instance, it's possible that your love interest may live the spiritual principles that you find important, for example, forgiveness, charity, kindness, and the like, without having the same religious affiliation you do. The angels remind you that your partner, like everyone, is a holy child of God. Everyone is spiritual in truth, because everyone is spirit. Although it's not up to you to change your partner to match your spiritual path, your affirmations, prayers and visualizations can have a positive influence on both of you and your relationship. And that's brilliant. It really does fit the reading quite a bit. There's a lot of love here for a particular person, and you are very interested, I feel, Taurus, in a particular person. But this person, what they're hiding or what they're not saying is they're going through a little bit of turmoil here. And it's saying that religious factors might be a part of it, or even just spiritual factors. It doesn't even have to be those things. There are things that are tend to be getting in the way, and this can be how you see the world. You are, after all, the Hierophant in the majors. You do represent the Hierophant, Taurus, and you've got some very strong set beliefs in terms of yourself as well. So, you know, it might be that your partner, whoever this is, might feel that there's a little bit of a mismatch, and you might be feeling the same, but it's whether you stick together with the Five of Pentacles because of strength. Strength can represent two people who are very opposite to each other, and yet they seem to just mesh together. The Lion and the Woman will mesh together. They'll be stronger together, even despite their differences. So it's either you can stay together because despite your differences, or out in the cold. Can't make it work with the Five of Pentacles, and that's because maybe this person has a strong person, or a person that they feel they can gel with somebody else. Let's get the other advice card. So that's advice card number 1. Let's do from Healing with the Angels. Universe Spirit, what is the advice card you have for... What is the advice card you have for Taurus? What is the advice card? What is the advice card that you have for Taurus? Show me. Power. Let's have a look at what Power says. If we can get this card up. I love Doreen Virtue's work. I think it's so empowering. She's a really empowering person. I don't know whether you guys have seen her channel on YouTube, but she's amazing to watch. Power. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong number. If I can find it. That is the right... Oh, I'm looking at the romance angels. Okay, power. That's why I couldn't find it. Here we go. Alright, so you now allow yourself to express your power. Being powerful is safe for you, knowing that you express your power with love. You have all the power of your Creator within you. All the divine power of divine love, wisdom and intelligence is available to you. You have the spiritual power to see angels and the future. You have intellectual power to tap into the universal wisdom of the one mind. You have emotional power to empathise with others and physical power that is truly unlimited. The angels ask you to give them any fears you may have connected with being a powerful person. Your angels see a quiet and beautiful aspect of your true power. Stemming from the only power is the universe, in the universe divine love. Allow yourself to shine with this radiant love so that your true power can radiate out into the world in miraculous ways. So I feel that what it's kind of saying, Taurus, is if it doesn't have to be religious factors that are standing between you and someone in February. It's obvious that you love each other and there is a real strong emotional bond here, I feel, between you and another, but it seems to be external factors that might be getting in the way for some of you. And I feel that what it's saying is even if there is external factors, you need to stand in your power. I feel if you're strong together, I always have a saying that says, what is right for you will not go by you. Alright, so if you're meant to be with this individual, then it's meant to be. It's as simple as that. However, if the division between you and a particular person is too much, Taurus, then it's not meant to be, and you're going to have to stand in your power around that. It's really, this card is telling you not to compromise on what your beliefs are. So if you've got strong beliefs, whatever those beliefs are, it's telling you don't compromise for the other person. Stand in that, because that's really going to be your strength at the end of the day. We can all compromise for people, but sometimes when we compromise, we give up what we believe in order to take on somebody else's beliefs. And I know that relationships are give and take, but how strong are your beliefs and your convictions to you at the end of the day? Let's have a look at the final card. We are just going to draw the final card from Esther and Jerry Hicks and see what advice they have for you guys. So universe, can you just tell me, what is the advice that you have for Taurus, Sun, and Rising signs? Taurus, Sun, and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, and Rising signs for the month of February 2017. What is the advice, universe, that you... Oops. Wow. The thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. That flipped over. Not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience, and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention toward the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviours of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. And that's interesting, because I think that it's saying that there are power in the way that your power lies in your ability to attract in what is right for you. And this is what I was saying to you. If there are factors that are standing between you and another individual, then change your vibrational point of view. Change your point of attraction, okay? It might be that you and somebody will be fine, because these cards can easily be read as, thick and thin, because you're better together, strength together. No matter what you're opposing, you find other ways to enjoy and celebrate your relationship with the Strength card. And that in itself is, comes from thinking outside of the box. So even if you do come up against any type of resistance, and yeah, of course, strength, resistance, could be that, for some of you guys, a relationship is on shaky ground with the Five of Pentacles, and that could be because of strength. And the Strength card can easily allude to the Five of Wands resistance. So maybe there is resistance from others here with those. But it just depends. Your thoughts that you think determine what you attract in. So you need to take a really positive spin on this going forward. If this resonates with any of you Taurians, you really do need to do that. Because you can either think to yourself, well, this is going to fall apart. I really can't see us being together. It's fine to think that if you're standing in your power and your convictions are very strong, and maybe this person's convictions are very strong on their end, that's understandable. But I think at the end of the day, if this is a relationship you really feel is meant to be, then I feel the universe is saying that you're going to need to fight for it. And the way that you fight for it is by not looking at what divides you, but more about what keeps you and brings you together. In which case we can see the Strength card is opposites definitely do attract. that is your love reading for the month of February 2017. Taurus, I would like to say thanks ever so much for using Carol's Universe for your love reading for this month. And I will see you guys again in March. Take care.